So, in my last video, I talked about Forza Motorsport being shut down and how this is just effectively crappy for Xbox, and the Xbox crap train is going to continue. However, we got some happy news, some good news. Not for Xbox. Xbox is in the shitter right now, and they're not getting out anytime soon. What we do have news for is something and called Stop Killing Games. Now, I cannot, unfortunately, this is an EU and a UK petition. So I unfortunately cannot sign the petition because I'm in Canada. But we've been told by everyone to spread the word. Spread the word. Hopefully in America, or someone from the UK or the EU sees it, signs a petition. If they do, that counts as your vote. That's what Black Panther told me. Anyway, so basically what this is. Stop Killing Games, the consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers. An increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods with no stated expiry date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as support from the publisher ends. This practice is a form of planned obsolescence. I can't speak today. And is not only detrimental to customers, but makes preservation effectively impossible. Furthermore, the legality of this practice is largely untested in many countries. Over the past years, we've successfully escalated complaints to this problem to the consumer agencies in France, Germany, and Australia, and have brought forth petitions for a new law to the problem in various countries. A list of actions taken to the date can be viewed here. As 2025, most consumer action is on the matter has concluded, and we are awaiting decisions from several governments. However, there are few remaining avenues left where people can participate if they are eligible. So right now, they've got the 1.1 million. They need like 1.4 for it to basically go through. To cover invalid signatures, you may need at least 1.4 million to secure this petition. So the override's at 27%. So you need at least 1.1 million signatures, but just in case there's invalid ones, you need extras to cover for it. Now, what is Stop Killing Games? Now, apparently they started a whole drama with someone named Pirate Software because I'll be honest, I used to respect the guy, but apparently he's doing some pretty dumb shit. Because he doesn't like this movement, apparently, because it's gonna, stop modern games from moving forward and stuff. And apparently he also doesn't like it because his game, he said, will never be finished, and he'll want to keep working on it forever. But essentially, what this does is it will prevent live service games from just going away forever. Like, for example, actually, we'll give an example. We will give an example as of yesterday. I'm gonna move my controller over there for a second. As a matter of fact, let's give an example from yesterday. Let's go to Polygon. Why not? EA shutting down Anthem servers, which were still up. It's shocking the servers lasted this long. So EA is effectively shutting down the servers January 12th, 2026. The game means we still playable online for the next 180 days. As of today, you can no longer purchase in-game premium currency, but you can still use your remaining balance until the servers go offline. We deeply appreciate your dedication, passion, and support over the years, and we'd like to thank you for that. So basically, this Anthem is getting shut down. So what will then Stop Killing Games? Now everybody's thinking to yourself, like, what the heck will Stop Killing Games then do for Anthem? Like, what is that going to do for Anthem? Basically, if this happens and goes through and they decide that you can no longer just get rid of something because someone paid for it, they had legal reason to buy it and pay for it, you can't have... Basically, it deals with the whole issue of like, oh, you were just buying the license to use it. You're not actually buying the game. You're buying the license to use it. Really? I have it... Well, in that case, I have a physical license to play Anthem. I have it actually on disc. I see it on my shelf. But basically, what it would do is it will be like, for example, we're going to use Anthem again as an example. Basically, when the servers go offline January 12th, you can no longer play Anthem. You will never be allowed to play Anthem again. But with Stop Killing Games, if it goes through, and it does go through, and people are able to use it, what it effectively means is that EA will not be able to fully shut down Anthem. They can take it off the store. Like, they can take it off the store and be like, they can legally take it off the store, like off the digital PlayStation store, and you could still then, you'd have to buy like a physical copy, but if you had a physical copy, you could still play the game offline. That's what it means essentially. basically Forza does this really good, is when they take the game offline, they like discount everything, be like, hey, like you have like 2 weeks to buy all this crap, it's discounted right now because we're taking the game off the digital stores, but if you own it digitally or you still have a physical disc copy, you can still play the game offline. That is allowed. We are still going to let you do that. What it also will mean is that like any online exclusive features will have to be implemented to be able to be played offline as well. So basically, let's take Gran Turismo 7 for example. You can play Gran Turismo 7 offline. You can. It's easy. You are able to do that. But some features, like for example, the livery editor to edit a livery, make your own liveries for your cars, that is an online only thing. Stop killing games, say for example that goes through, that's allowed, everything changes around the world for video games. The livery editor will have to be added to offline modes for GT7. Same things for, for example, like GT Online, right? Like if they ever decide to shut down the online service for GT Online, stop killing games, say that law goes through, they essentially have to make GT Online playable offline. Because it's just like, you bought this as a product, you paid for it, you should own it, and you should not have all of that time wasted. Essentially, it is a weird like way to word it and a weird way to put it, but it's essentially saying like any online game, when the offline services shut down for it, or when the online services shut down for it, they have to still allow it to go through. They still have to allow the game to be playable offline. Some companies do this. Like I mentioned earlier, Playground Games does it with Forza, and I think there was another company that did it as well. Where they're like, hey, the online is getting shut down, but the game is still playable offline. And I cannot remember off the top of my head what company that was. But yeah, like it was basically, and like I said, game preservation. Because let's be real here. We all still want to play older games. Like many people say, oh no, I only want to play the best game, or like the new games, whatever. But it's not true, because they did a survey and kind of like a thing of the most played live service games. I think it was the top 10 most played live service games across consoles and PC. 6 of those 10 games were 6 years older. 6 years or older. So that's 2019. That means live service games that came out in 2019 and earlier. So we'll just say, for reference sake, from 2000 to 2019, that is where 6 of the 10 most live service games are being played. That means from 2019 to 2025, out of all the live service and online games that were made in that time frame, there's only 4 that made the top. Of course, the big ones are like Roblox, Fortnite, Apex Legends, GTA 5, like GTA Online. Like those are big ones that came out in that time frame. So of course people are gonna play it. But it's because people don't want to like just, I spent like hundreds of hours and hundreds of dollars in this online service game. Oh, it's shut down. Okay, I'll just go to the next one. No, they don't want that. That's what companies want. That's what stockholders want. That's what the big CEO guys want. But that's not what we as gamers want. And that's when Stop Killing Games comes into effect, comes into play, to basically be like, yo, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. And like they stated here too, like we've already had consumer agencies in France, Germany, and Australia have brought forth petitions for like escalated complaints on this platform to like. So for someone made the big thing, I think it was Rockstar. A lot of their headquarters and the ones that work on GTA Online are based in Scotland. I think it was Scotland, is what I said. France, like Ubisoft. Because the big thing that kind of like sparked this whole thing was The Crew. Like everyone loved The Crew 1, but it went offline. And that just sparked the thing in my head earlier where I said another company did this. It was Ivory Tower who helped produce and publish The Crew 2 and The Crew Motorfest. They did specifically say when we decide to take the servers offline and stop supporting these games, you will still be able to play them offline. And they are going to keep all features in the game. And like I said earlier with Forza too, like they did it. And like with Horizon 4, there was a lot of like online exclusive things. Like there were some cars you can only get through online exclusive events. Well, they just added them to an offline thing called the Backstage Pass. And they're like, hey, now you can do events and you can do series challenges and you can win Backstage Passes and you can then buy these cars that were exclusive to these festival playlists. So there you go. Have fun. So yeah, Stop Killing Games is going to be a huge thing. It's going to be a big thing because it will allow all of us to still play the games that we know and love. And when games get taken offline, we will still be allowed to play them offline. And I can think of many games. I can think of many games that went offline that people brought back. Like for me, it was one of them from like 2012 called Lego Universe. Another company brought it back. with actually help from the Lego group. Lego themselves were like, yeah, we'll help you bring it back. You just can't make it online and profit off of it. But you can make private online servers for people to play on if you want. Defiance recently got shut down in 2021, I think, or 2020, one of those two. And then literally another company bought the rights to it and brought it back. A game I used to play a lot on the PC, a shooter that was kind of like my Call of Duty. Because I didn't really enjoy Call of Duty back then, was called Iron Sight. It lasted 6 years. It's shutting down in August. X-Defiant's gone. I mean, we could have kept that around. But like all these like live service games, and you look at the state of live service games now. Like for instance, look at PlayStation. They had 13 live service games lined up. They released literally one of them, Concord. It lasted 11 days, shut down completely. You can no longer play that anymore. And like Marathon, we're all pretty sure is not coming out. Naughty Dog canceled their live service game they're working on. Fair Games is no way in hell that's coming out. Like it's live service games really is not the future that people thought it would. And Stop Killing Games will allow live service games to still prosper after they are shut down. So if you do play a live service game and you do love it and enjoy it and put a lot of time into it, and they decide to stop supporting the servers, guess what? You can still play it. That's what Stop Killing Games does. That's going to be it for me in today's video. I wanted to just talk about that because it's like, this gives me hope. It gives me hope, and I like that. I love hope. I love like hoping that things can change for the better, because let's be real here, our world's crap. The world is shite. And even within the gaming industry right now, it's kind of shite. But using video games as a way to escape is great, and you know, people use it to kind of relax and keep themselves somewhat sane, and to then just have companies take away that one thing. It's kind of like if you do that, let's do an extreme example here, but it's kind of like, you know, you're like me and you're on antidepressants and the doctor just goes, oops, mine now. And the doctor just goes, nah. It's like, I need those. I need those to genuinely be happy. He's like, nah. Like, that's kind of like, it's literally essentially just the doctor being like, the one thing that kept you happy, mentally sane, and away from unaliving yourself, I'm going to take that. That's mine now. But that's what Stop Killing Games will do. Will literally preserve games. And it'll make game preservation easier. So then we can still play all these old games that we love and things like that. Like, I know Xbox is kind of a crap hole, but I'm going to be honest with you. One thing Xbox does a little better than PlayStation. PlayStation is getting there. And Nintendo actually is doing pretty decent with it too, with their emulators on their Switches. Is preserving older games so you can play them. Like, Game Pass is a pretty good selection of it. They make like a lot of original Xbox and 360 games backwards compatible on the Xbox One. A lot of, you know, backwards compatibility is a big thing. And yeah, like I said with the Switch, like they just added GameCube to it. So like, you know, GameCube games, which are cost like $100 to $200 to buy off freaking line, you can literally just now, oh, you have a $60 Switch expansion pass? Cool, now you can play these games. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for me in today's video. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. I love you. Care for y'all. And I will see you all in the next video, which hopefully, I don't know, if you're watching this on TC Gold and you're only here for Nerd Paradise, welcome. I hope you enjoy this stupid little show where I sit here and I talk about video game news, because honestly, I love this medium. I love video games. I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy talking about them, because it's one of these things that literally as a kid I grew up playing video games, which led to me being like, how did they make this? Which led to me learning about how they made it, which led to me learning about art and things like that, to the point that I wanted to be a game developer. But now, kind of seeing the state of the game industry right now, kind of glad I'm not, but I still want to do something within the gaming world, so that's why I started this stupid little show where I sit here and talk about my thoughts on video games. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. I love and care for y'all, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.